In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the trends that seems to be going on nowadays with just just lack of respect for other people, just for clout and to get attention on the internet to become popular. It's unfortunate that all these kids just are thinking that the only way they can get popular nowadays is by just ruining other people's lives. I mean, probably not like ruining, but I mean, it's borderline getting there at this point. I mean, if it keeps going on the path it is right now, it absolutely will. Because in this short clip here, you're going to see this kid just going up to random people and just like punching them and stuff while they're walking. And it's like, what have we reduced ourselves to think that's the only way that we can provide value or get attention on the internet? I mean, yeah, sure, it's easy, but is that really something you want to leave as a lasting legacy? I don't really think so. So we're just gonna check this out. I think it's just a short clip. Yeah, it's 44 seconds, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, just watch. Like, look at it. It's just a random guy walking. Just goes up and just punches him. It's like, what are we doing nowadays, man? It's just so unfortunate. I just and look at this guy's just trying to walk, and he just keeps punching him. Like, I just don't understand why we became a culture about all about the attention to the point where we have to go do stuff like this to random people that we don't know who are just trying to exercise. It it just blows my mind. It's like people don't want to take the path of resistance where it's like it takes time to build an online following, to build up their respect and things of that nature. So instead, we're going to resort to just doing these clips that, of course, they'll get views because they're just so out there. But it's just unfortunate that the kids are falling for this trap of you need to be a prominent figure on the internet by any means necessary, going to the lengths like this guy is, where it's actually physical violence. I don't. It blows my mind that society has gotten to this point, and it's unfortunate that it just seems like these kids didn't have any real upbringing either, because any kid who had any sort of even semi-stable upbringing would know that this is not okay, and this is definitely not conducive to a better society. It just makes it worse. And if it keeps going, then there's just going to be more and more people trying to do it to get those views. And it's like, instead of trying to get views that way, I don't know, why don't you try and provide value to other people or help other people and get views that way? Sure, you'll get more views on the front end doing the methods like this, but not only are you going to get people who are hating on you, because rightfully so, you're being a dumbass, but two, it's like, it's not very sustainable. I mean, you can't just go around and keep just harming people forever, because eventually it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up quick. And when it does, well, I won't say I told you so, but I told you so. The toll comes due, as it were. So I just wanted to see what some of the comments were on this too. This one here said he was arrested and charged on multiple counts of assault as well as aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. He used a gun and stole someone's iPhone. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, compared to that, this was a tame video, and it's just crazy to think about, just the fact that they've become so warped into thinking they have to be successful on the internet to the point where they have to go out of their way to make other people's lives as poor as possible. I mean, that one guy he hit in the back of the head, didn't even know he was there. I mean, he could have got seriously injured from that, because if you've ever been hit and you weren't like expecting it to come or not, you could definitely get injured that way, especially at the back of the neck there. This isn't a joke anymore. This is getting ridiculous. They're 18 and 19 too. They're so screwed. plus theft over 1,000 for an iPhone. What a way to start out life. Yeah, this is what I mean. It's like it almost makes you wonder, like, did they have any sort of upbringing or stable upbringing at that? I would like to see where the parents were in their lives, because I mean it's not just this kid. I mean there's even yeah, older people who are doing this as well. I mean there was the one guy in Japan who went around just making jokes and stuff like that about Hiroshima and Nagasaki and things like that, and just being absolutely cruel to people. And it's like, is that what we're trying to do here? I mean, sure, you'll get a crowd of a bunch of 14-year-olds, and then if they grow up to be like that, well, then they're going to go to jail. And the people who do grow up and realize they were just being kids and that was just stupid, and it's just not. It might be fun in the moment when you're a kid because you just want to rebel, but that's also why we have our parents to kind of say, hey, knock it off. That's enough. And so it's just, I just want to see what their home life was like. That's what I'm trying to say. If they're that effed up already, they deserve to have their lives ruined. Look at this. They're just going to up in prison anyway. And yeah, they are. I mean, if they keep doing stuff like this, especially with like the aggravated assault, I mean, yeah, you got some views, but now you're in prison. Like, what is the end goal here? Are they just thinking in the moment? Are they thinking long term? I just, as somebody who is just starting out myself, I realize that it's going to take a long time to grow any sort of even small uh, community of people who are willing to watch videos and things like that. And even I'm like, I would rather do that and just have it take longer and just kind of build up that rapport with people than just go out of my way, get a bunch of views on a video where I'm just being absolutely cruel to people. I We need to stop this as society as well. Like these videos need to stop getting so many views. I mean, they won't, of course, they won't. But that's the only way these things stop, is that they stop getting the attention. Because the more attention they get, the more that we're going to see videos like this. While I agree with the sentiment, I have an old friend from growing up who became a real piece of crap like this, and his parents were the most wonderful people. He just got caught up hanging out with other crap people that rubbed off on him. See, and that's another thing too. I did notice that when I went to high school, because I went to a private school basically my entire life, and I went to public school for high school. It is a complete shift in just the people you're around, the influence they have, and things like that. So I can definitely see where the pull could be there as well. It's not even necessarily all the parents' fault, but the parents should be able to catch on. Some of that is brought home. I mean, even myself, I brought some of that home, and my parents were good about disciplining me in that as well. And so, yeah, there's definitely, obviously, the people that we are around influence us heavily, the environment we're in. But that's also the job of the parents to kind of step in and say, hey, what's going on? Talk with the kids, discipline the kids. Because, I mean, if you don't discipline your kids, they end up like this. I mean, you can disagree or not, but I'm right. if you lack in disciplining your kids, they will lack in disciplining themselves. That's just how it is. They're adults now, brother. You want parents to be responsible for what their kids do when they're legal adults? Yeah, well, this makes me, I don't, it seemed like that was a kid, like a teenager. I mean, if it's an adult, then obviously, well, he's going to jail. There's nothing you can really do. But it does come down to a structured upbringing. But if they still don't get it, then of course it's not on the parents anymore. It's on them. If they haven't gotten through their thick skull that it's better to be a force for good in society than a force of just being a menace and a nuisance to everybody around, well, they're going to learn the hard way. That's how life seems to be pretty good at telling you when you're wrong and correcting you. And even if you're getting away with it for a while, it always catches up. It always catches up. So let me know what you guys think about this whole social media nuisance trend we seem to be in. I hope we stop seeing as much of this as we do. I really doubt it because it just keeps getting more and more views, which just encourages people to keep doing stuff like this. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and if there's a way that we could approach this to fix this, besides obviously just stop watching it, which won't happen, unfortunately. If you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and I hope to see you guys around. Peace.